Okay, so shall we call our meeting to order at 9:32 a.m. on September 9th? Okay, I'll call a meeting to order. Are we good? My secretary? Yep.
Yes, Katie and Enea.
Here.
Jeff Meacham. Ellen Martin.
Here.
Judy Refuerzo.
Here.
Maria Ruess.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So I will ask everybody to stand up for our Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you all. Okay, so first I'm going to go around and see if anyone has any announcements. No?
Well, I'll just announce that the Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Taste of Carmel October 2nd at the Carmel Mission. So it's our 36th year, and we feature local restaurants, eateries, and breweries, wineries, all within Carmel and the peninsula. So if you have never come, I encourage you to. It's a Western theme this year. It'll be a great time, and we're excited to support our local businesses.
And remind us of the date.
It is Thursday, October 2nd, 5 to 9 with VIP, 6 to 9 with general admission at the Carmel Mission.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, sorry, VIP starts at 5, general admission starts at 6.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I have a couple announcements. One, the Car Week After Action Report. There is a staff report. It will be going to council hopefully in October. And it's mostly going to focus on the events that happened after the actual Car Week events. The events went smooth. We had no problems, complaints. The survey is still out there, so we invite everybody to please do that. And then the other thing I wanted to say was on the 27th of August, we held the Home Crafters Jury for our annual Home Crafters Marketplace that's taking place in November. And we had 43 vendors come and show, and that included 19 read-jury members. And read-jury members, once you're in the show and you jury for the show, you're good for 3 years. So after your third year, you need to read-jury. So we had 19 in that position. So I am weeding and feeding the vendors, and hopefully we can get everybody in. Notifications are going out this week and early next week.
Fantastic. And let's go back for the Car Week report. Is that something that, let's say, you think we are going to be the owners of it? Or is that, because I know the survey's up, so, or is that going to be driven by a different organization within the city and then we'll be supporting?
We'll see how that, I don't know at this moment. That was one of the things Ashley just wanted me to let you know. With the way things are changing, we'll see how that goes and when it goes to council, if we can see it beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little surprised because in the past, we've always reviewed whatever events were immediately after at our next meeting, which would have been this meeting.
Right, and it, just with timing, it didn't work out because the staff report, Ashley usually brings the same staff report to us and to then the council. And the staff report was not written because most of it is coming from the police department because of the safety issues after the events. And the survey results weren't already in. It's open till the end of September, and right now we have over 300 responses.
After the events in Carmel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because maybe, I guess good food for thought, because I think it'll be good for us to review it. Even if we do it as we've talked in the past, Leslie, maybe the report we decide who is owning the report, if it's going to be owned by the police department, maybe if we get the survey results and the police report, you send it to all of us without us interacting, because we will have no meeting. Therefore, we can feed you back any input from us individually. Would that work for you? Because then we can share that with the police department as well. That way, everyone's input is considered. Is that?
I will take that into consideration and we'll see how things go.
Okay, well, and then we can ask if that procedural, because that way we will not be violating any Brown Act, because we will not be sharing among ourselves, but at least we will be providing any input that we have. And I will encourage everyone to take the survey, because I took the survey, and it's an interesting survey. I mean, we talked about maybe even, and as we think about opportunities as we go forward with other events, Car Week is significant, so maybe we ought to think about, as a team, reviewing the survey as well. Collaborating with the police and maybe looking at the survey again and see if that what is giving us is enough data, or do we want additional data? Does that make sense?
I definitely think this needs to be on the next agenda, and we need to go over everything. Because, yeah, there's, even if the staff report's not done or this or that, I think we all probably went out and saw what was happening during Car Week, and just between us, we have some kind of feeling that we can, talk about and make suggestions for. And then when we get all the data together, we can revisit too.
Okay.
It would be interesting to know, like, how many calls the police had during the events and after, and that should probably be public knowledge.
That's all the police department, and that has nothing to do with the commission. We
Okay.
just handled the events, everything I could see if we had any calls during the events for stuff within the events, but anything after the events are over, that's the purview of the
Right.
police department. So that's the part that they are gonna be focusing on that. But I can ask, but we'll see what I can get for next month.
Well, so is there an opportunity then to review the events? Because we were talking about it'll be.
Yeah, that's what
okay.
I'm saying. We can review the events.
Okay,
But yeah, everything,
That's what I want to review.
yeah,
okay.
Normally, it would be this meeting.
right. And we just did not,
Yeah.
But you're saying that the focus of the survey will be more after hours?
no. The
Oh, okay.
focus of the staff report
Oh, okay, okay.
will be
okay.
what they can do after because of all the problems. We had no complaints about, that we
The
heard.
organized events.
About the events. There are
Okay.
things, logistically wise that we work with the event organizer on. But as the whole, the events went nicely and smoothly.
Yeah.
It's just the after.
Beyond, okay.
The evening hours events that we have nothing to do with.
Right, that's a
Yeah.
phenomenon with most of the
Right,
cities.
with the cities, yes.
All the cities,
Yes,
though, on the
yes. And the
peninsula.
city administrators and the police chiefs are getting together
Right.
and to discuss that. We can discuss only the events.
Right.
Yeah, but yes.
But parking during the events and how the
shuttle.
the shop, the parking spots that were bought by businesses, all that stuff we can review because that was part of our events.
Right.
Yeah, so let's, if I'm listening to everyone correctly, we have three things I would imagine. I know there is a police report that we could also get a copy because it's public knowledge.
Right.
There's a police log, if that will help in any way, knowing, Leslie, that that's not our purview, like, I get it. Second, I would love the idea, I think it's very good to include it in next group, our agenda, and we will review our dates for our meetings to make sure we're all set up in our meeting, but I think I will say, let's review the after report, even though I understand the briefing to the city council will occur before our meeting, right? Because the meeting.
No, I don't know when it's going to council. They
Okay.
hope October, but it may not.
Oh, okay,
It
good to
depends
know.
on when they,
But we can discuss our
yeah, we
events
can
in
discuss
October.
ours, yes.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, perfect. So let's make sure I will add it to our next group's agenda, and we'll review what data we have available. Does that make sense? I think it makes a lot of sense. We're all good with that?
That sounds good. We just don't want to impact Leslie any more than
Yes.
what's on her schedule now with being the sole person over in that department.
Yes, correct. Okay, Leslie, any other
No, that's it.
announcements? Okay, well, I have a few announcements, but since we have a discussion on the agenda for staffing needs, I guess I will just share that for now, what I know is that, of course, Ashley departed, and we can talk more details in our staffing needs. But so now, what I know so far is, and I met with the city administrator, is that somebody has been selected to start working as possibly, the words that were used with me was interim. I do not know what that interim means. The person will come on board on October 1st. So the person will be here for our first meeting in October, okay? That's what I've been told. Now, from an announcement standpoint, we talk more details, is I met briefly with the city administrator, and we have agreed to have a kind of complete discussion more around September 16th or 17th, because he had to be out of town because of a personal matter. So I said, no problem, we are in no rush. The one thing from an announcement standpoint, though, is we will continue to have our meetings as planned. We have a schedule of meetings, and we're going to we'll talk about what we're going to focus going forward. Okay, so we'll discuss that once we have an agenda item under staffing needs and events, okay? How does that sound, everybody?
Absolutely.
Perfect, okay. Okay, that's the only announcement I had. Okay?
So I want to go back and touch on something. The jury notification, you did the jurying, actually, it was on the day my mom passed, but no one reached out to, normally the jury selection, the selection is done by people of this council, and I don't think anyone from this commission, rather, was on the jury selection.
Correct, because we at the time when we put the date for the jury, we did not know what the status of this commission was.
But we
So-
knew quite a bit before it actually happened, like months.
I did this the first part of January. I set this all up, and I apologize, and it was just the timing. I needed to get this settled, and we were still unsure what was happening with this commission, so I did that next year. It'll be different, I promise. But yeah, it was just to get things started and going so I could move forward.
Okay. And that same thing comes up for the sandcastle contest that's happening this Sunday.
Ellen
Is on it?
is
Good.
on it, yes.
Good. And who else is on it?
We invite a council member, so it's Councilmember Booter. And then we go with a neutral party, and it's Rusty Croft. He has done it before.
Right. Okay.
He responded after Hans did. It was a first come, first serve.
Okay, and needless, just a reminder, we have on the agenda a topic called community activities events, so we can talk in detail about specific events then if we want to. Okay, any other announcements, questions? We're good? Okay, so let me ask the public. Are there any comments from the public?
Hi, my name is Shirley Millen, and I actually came here thinking that you were going to review Car Week. So I'm disappointed that that was not on your agenda. But in more general terms, my understanding is that you're going to have a fair amount of power as a commission to really direct what events come to this town. And I beg you to put the residents above all the other issues that you have to consider. We are not in balance. It has become a manufacturing of how many people we can jam into this city, how much we can fill the hotels, all of the things that we need to balance with. We're trying to, the community involves the businesses and the hotels, but the residents are supposed to be the primary concern. And unless that statement is rewritten, we are out of balance. The only people I've met who enjoyed Car Week, who live here full-time, left town for the week. This is not a good sign. It's your opportunity to pull it back into balance. The events over the years have changed, particularly in the last 6 years. It used to be a very elegant event where the classic cars were pulled down Ocean Avenue and the residents walked to town and we all admired and Googled at the beautiful cars. And people would stop and have lunch, and it was a community event. Now we have to put speed bumps on Ocean Avenue, and we're so blocked off that nobody even wants to walk on the street to get to town. It's dangerous. So we're out of balance. We've been forewarned. You have the power. Really, really pull it in. I would scrape Car Week, start from the beginning. Is it a quality event? Is it elegant? And more importantly, is it manageable? And even though the events that happen after the scheduled events are supposed to be separate, they aren't. Those people who are causing trouble only came here because of what you've scheduled for them to see. So it is interconnected. So the power is within you, and I beg you to really get it back in balance. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Shirley. Perfect. Anybody else? Anybody online? Leslie, do we have anybody online? I guess we don't. Perfect. Okay, so based on that, let's go to orders of business. So the first one is the approval of our minutes for the August 5th special meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review? And anybody have any comments?
I move to approve.
I'll second.
Katie Enea,
Yes.
Ellen Martin,
Yes.
Judy Refuerzo,
Yes.
Maria Ruess.
Yes.
Approved, thank you.
Okay, perfect. We've approved our minutes. Okay. Now, we're going to have a discussion on upcoming events and staffing needs. So before we even go in details in that particular area, I just want to share a few things. And these are my thoughts, and I would like to see kind of how we feel about them. If you recall, in our last few meetings, we've been focusing on vision, mission, guiding principles for our commission, correct? We also know that Ashley has departed and Leslie is the only standing person running the organization, so we need to be cognizant of the fact that maybe it's our time to step in a little taller, longer, whatever that we're going to call it, to support her because she's by herself. So I want to make sure Leslie feels comfortable in raising the hand and saying, can you help? So let's make sure we're all open-minded to help because this is a time of need and we all need to help each other. And I think this is what we're all about. Communities and activity, things for our community, right?
Right.
So with that in mind, okay, I had a discussion with Ashley and we agreed on two things or three things. One was that with her departure, we will wait for the new person to come. And very likely at that time will be probably our best time to talk about vision, mission, and guiding principles. Because in my opinion, that's my opinion, I would love to hear from you. I would imagine that the new person, as interim or not, wants to be part and own what we call our vision, mission, guiding principles for this commission, right? So my thought is we pause down for a month. And so first, I'm going to pause there for a minute, and I'm going to ask for comments or thoughts from anybody. Are we good? What do you think?
Yeah, so you're just saying pause on the mission statement.
Mission
area,
and
But we'll
mission
still
statement.
keep going on everything else.
Yeah.
Correct. That's the only
Absolutely.
thing I'm pausing.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think that sounds good, especially if there's a new person involving them in that really important task.
Perfect.
Yes, makes sense to me.
Okay, fantastic. So Leslie, so that we know, we've talked about this, we're pausing that effort, even though we have some really, really good information, but it's just being paused until the new person comes on board, joins us at the next meeting, and then we can readdress, okay? So what that means is we're gonna focus on events. That's our focus right now. It's really events. So if I look at events, and I have to tell you, I have to show you, because Ashley very purposely gave me a huge document that I can put on my wall, okay? So that I have a big reminder of the events. So what I would like to focus right now, if we can, is if we feel all comfortable, let's look at September and let's look at October at least, okay? As from upcoming events that we know about. And I'm gonna rely mostly on Leslie to share some of the situation, give us an update of that event, and maybe any needs that she has or any particular things that we need to help her with. Does that make sense? Okay? So based on this, and you all have a copy, it was in the agenda, okay? So I would say this one, the one we have is the relevant one, because mine has everything. It starts with September. Does that make sense? So let's start with September. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Good? Okay.
I'm sorry, I just copied the agenda when I went in there, so.
I have my copy.
Here,
We're good.
here, you want it?
Your commission is good.
Mine right
Yes, no, Leslie, you're doing great, no worries.
We are responsible for ourselves.
Yes, and you sent it out, so don't
So we
worry.
got it.
It was
And
more
it's
for the
Page
audience.
36 of 39 in our packet.
Yes, and you can even show it online if you want to, and that's plenty enough. You know?
But I would say we go through not just September, October, but no, it's rolling fast and it's
Right.
gonna get here.
Okay,
So-
well, let's start with,
Yeah.
at least I would like to start
Yeah.
with September,
Yeah.
and I'll share with you, and Leslie will share with us what has occurred and what is coming,
Yeah.
right? So first one, I just want to say that September 6th came and went, but it was a fantastic event. Well-attended, great information. I was there. So was Ashley, for that matter. We have the police department represented with, I guess, I call him chief trader, but I guess he's, I don't know if it's temporary, what is it, acting chief trader.
Acting, yeah.
We had the mayor show up. We had a couple of our city council members. So it was well-attended, and the information was fantastic. And just food for thought, it was quite interesting. They had a raffle and a lot of giveaway trinkets, gifts, backpacks, things. And honestly, I think that was really encouraging. You could see people kind of like having an excitement time, like we're little kids getting a candy or something. Everyone like cheering for winning something. So it was a really good community event. So FYI, for my learning, since it's my first one to attend, I thought it was really well done and it ran really well, okay? So thanks, Leslie and the team, I guess, for whatever we did there. So the first one I had on my agenda, which is 2BD, so I'd like to hear from you first, the Carmel High School Homecoming Parade. So I know that when we last met, there was quite a bit of 2BD, so if you can share that with us, that would be great.
It's still TBD. I have sent an email to Aubrey Powers, who is our contact at the high school, and I didn't hear any back, so I I emailed her again this morning. The issue is if there's going to be a Friday game or if it's a Friday night game with the lights, or if it's going to be a Saturday game. And I don't know if that has been decided yet. And then that also determines when they have the homecoming parade. And they want to hold it on a Thursday, but they have a half day and they don't know that people would come back later in the day when we can do the parade after 3:30 because of the farmer's market. So unless Katie has some news.
I was gonna say, I can share a little bit, but not really a good update. The challenge is that they do get out at 2:15 on Thursdays, and there's a girls' field hockey game that starts at 4. So they're trying to be mindful of all of the things and trying to squeeze things in. So Aubrey was out of office last week, and I believe she's back to school this week. I haven't connected with her on it yet either, but I know they're busy working, trying to figure it out. So I think the goal was still the 25th. I had made some suggestions. I'll help piggyback on seeing if we can close that loop.
Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure.
Excellent. So the tentative date, just to be clear, is the 25th of September.
Thursday,
That's the
the 25th.
tentative. So let's just, we'll put that in our calendars just in case. I mean, I know we'll be notified if anything changes, but that's, at least have it blocked there, just in case. And let me ask you this, from the standpoint of anything that needs involvement from the commissioner, I mean, Leslie, or Katie, anything or not really? Because they run it themselves.
That one runs both the parades we have gotten down to a science. The only thing we would need is possibly people to man intersections and pull a barricade across it as the parade is going to start so that traffic stops on Ocean Avenue. But until I know more about the time, date, place, that whole thing, I can't say anything. And then we usually are able to get our VIPs from the police department and public works staff to help us out. So, but I will definitely let you know once I find out more information.
Did she reach out to you and ask you about staging? She inquired with me about staging like along, I don't know the name of that street, where Carmel Press is, you know, the little funny.
Mountain View.
She was curious if that was, I know we used to do that
Yeah,
long
we
ago
used to
because
do
of the
that,
farmer's market.
but that is such a tricky intersection
Right,
when there's
okay.
not even a parade. Because nobody notices Mountain View coming down at the angle. And it just gets very difficult to do traffic control safely at that intersection. So that's why we went to the format of the farmer's market for staging.
Okay, excellent. So we'll hold off on anything. Say that again, Ellen? You said something?
Oh, I said she could count on me to help.
Fabulous.
I know barricades real well.
Good to know. We'll call you the barricade lady now. Just kidding. Okay, cool. So that's the Carmel High School homecoming parade, and we know this tentatively for the 25th, and we'll wait. So then, September 14th, we have the Sandcastle contest. So I know, Leslie, you already shared some things. Maybe you remind everybody kind of what's happening that day and how it starts at 7 a.m.
Yeah. No. The boundaries of the contest, it's the 62nd annual. And the theme is Carmel's Nature. And we do this in conjunction with the Monterey Bay chapter of the American Institute of Architects. And they do a lot of the planning on, they pick the theme, and we provide things. So we provide the 3 judges, and as I said before, it's Rusty Croft, Councilmember Booter, and Ellen. And they will have 3 judges on their side. The building, we say, can start at 7 a.m., but you get people down there as soon as it starts to get light. They want the perfect spot. The boundaries are 11th to 12th. 10th to 12th, sorry. And we have our information judging booth area at 11th. We start the judging at noon. And I sent out an email this morning to our judges asking that they be on the beach no later than 11:30 so we can get them situated, go over the rules, and get them their vest and everything like that. And then we hope to have the award presentations begin around 1 o'clock. It's always a little iffy because we get stopped along the way because of those bribes. They're really good and everybody likes to enjoy them, and especially if it's a massage. Then, everybody has to do it. So we try and push everybody along, but bear with us out there on the beach. We get there as fast as we can. And this year, the plaques, every child that participates, we give them a small little plaque that says, "I built a sandcastle contest." And those were decorated this year by some of the teens that go to our teen space in the library and by staff. So those are done. And then there's best bribe, sour grapes, best theme, best traditional, the golden shovel, and then there's a best kids castle. So those are our big awards. And last year, I want to say we had about 30 or so entrants. So we're hoping for the same. This year we did change it. We're trying something new. We did switch it to a Sunday. Normally it's on a Saturday in past years, but we found that a lot of families were going to soccer or something like that. So we're going to give it a try on a Sunday, see how the attendance is and if people can stay longer. We understand there's church and everything like that, but just come down when you can. And so we're just trying an experiment to see how it goes.
So this is the first time we're doing it on a Sunday. Oh, it has always been Saturday?
It's always been a Saturday. I can remember when I was young, I think there was a couple times it was on a Sunday. Maybe because of the tides, because we do have to
Watch the
figure
tides.
out the tides, so,
You know the time, right?
yeah.
It's posted.
It's posted, yeah,
Yes,
so,
yes, of course.
yeah.
The tide
So-
comes in, it goes out.
Then it goes out, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It's an experiment and we'll get feedback and go from there next year.
Okay, the only thing, let me just make sure I know exactly, because I thought I saw the announcement, the little announcement, the city letter, saying judging will be at 11, not at 12. Did I miss that?
I'll have to check that.
Double
We keep
check that.
changing the time because
Yeah.
we want to try and get as many people to be able to stay. And so it might have been a typo and
I've got the email. It says 12 o'clock, be there by 11:30.
okay, but I'll look at the,
Yeah, the
yeah,
city
thank you.
announcement on the city letter, the flyer,
yeah.
I thought it said, and I can look it up, but I remember, I'm really good at remembering numbers. That doesn't mean I know where they come from or anything, but I think that's what I thought it
Yeah,
said.
we talked about it several times during the back and forth when we wanted to try and start, and it may have just, but I will double check that. Thank
Okay.
you.
But Leslie, even though the other commissioners are not judges, can't they walk
They
along
can
with
walk
us?
along,
and
yes, and you
tell
can
me,
partake in the
okay?
vibes and, yes, you are all welcome to come down to the
Yeah.
beach to see how it works.
Definitely. I need help.
Perfect. Thank you, Leslie, that's perfect. Okay, and then the other thing we have on September 18th is Farmers Market, but also Community Day. So can you share with us that Community Day activity?
Community Day was something that Ashley and I started. We found something that the state had put out, getting to know your neighbors. So we tried to do that, and it kind of started during COVID, getting to know your neighbors because nobody could go out to get together as groups. So we wanted to keep it local and keep neighborhoods. So then the commission came up with lighting during Halloween and decorating and during the holidays and that kind of thing. So then Community Day came about because we wanted to do something where people could come face to face with local organizations, find out if they wanted to volunteer or if it was something that they could use, establishment or something. So we did Community Day and it was on Saturdays, on a Saturday in September. Well, we got rained out 2 years out of the 3 we did it. 1 year it was hot. And then last year, one of the organizations said, well, why don't you do it in conjunction with a third Thursday? Because third Thursdays are such a community event there. Everyone's having a good time. So we asked all the other organizations that were there that day if they would be interested, and they said, yeah, let's give it a shot. So hence Third Thursday / Community Day. So this is the first year for this inaugural or this format of it. So we'll see how that goes. Again, it's another experiment, but we have 22, I think I just added one more, so 23 local organizations are going to participate. And I am still working with Raul, who is our farmer's market manager, to find out how many of their booths. We have to logistically look at what we've got space for in the park. We do have a band that will be light background music. There will be some food booths. And it's just a time for everybody to come out and find out what local organizations can do for you, or if you know someone who needs some help in a certain area or something, you can get them in touch with that kind of thing. We've got from like Alzheimer's to Carmel Cares, to the CERT, to the fire department. I can't think of them off my head, sorry. I will send a list out to everybody. And so that's where we are with that one. If anyone wants to come out and help, it's from 4 to 7 on Thursday. And the help we could use is just guiding people into where they're going to be located in their tent space or their booth space.
And how many, did you say 30
I've got, I think, 23.
or 23?
I guess, I'm sorry, I think trying to connect the dots here. This community day, you said, is the first time we try like this, but we've already had some during the
Yes, we
year,
have
right?
already, this
We've
is like
already
the
had.
4th time we've done Community Day.
Okay, so they have already occurred through this year.
Not this year.
Okay.
No, this is the 4th year. We were trying to do 2 of them a year. One at the beginning of the year, probably around April, May, and then one in September. But then the April, May one got combined with Earth Day.
Right.
So
Okay.
that has now been taken over by Public Works.
Okay.
And we do help out with that, and they do have some of the organizations and things, but it's becoming more of an Earth Day event.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's why. So we have one community day a year.
Yes,
Perfect.
sorry about that.
No, just me.
And because Leslie was right, the first ones just failed. I mean, they were Saturday in the park and nobody knew, and it was kind of like weird, and it failed. And it really, one of the things I had done when I ran for mayor was people were telling me, we don't know how to be involved. And I had brought that back to Leslie going, they don't know how to, get involved with their city council. They don't know who's doing this. We don't know who's doing that. And Ashley and I went through a long thing, and Ashley came up with this, well, let's do this. And it hadn't quite evolved. And I think this is a brilliant idea to put it with the Thursday event. And I think this one will take off. I really do. But, they've been working on it ever since then. So I think it's great.
I think it's great, and here's the thing, success always carries other things, so let's look at it, because maybe it's something that merits even having a little more during the year. That's just me saying, maybe something that, back to Shirley's comment, we'll focus on our residents, our community, so, and if we'll have to assess, look at the level of effort and the amount of work required. But if that's something that our community members want or think is applicable, maybe we consider doing it 2 times a year or every quarter or something. Just food for thought. I mean, it just occurred to me. Because if it's successful, why not? You know what I mean? Just a thought. Okay? Perfect. So that's all of September, right, Leslie?
I think so.
Okay, the only thing, my little footnote, I'm gonna have to be out of town because of family reasons this whole September, so I'm missing them all. So, and I'm gonna ask all of you to take great pictures, and then maybe you can share them with us, or we will do this in our October meeting. You can bring your thoughts about what happened in September. I will really look forward to encouraging all of you to come and share your experiences, okay? And the judge in the sandcastle, I want to hear about this. Okay, thanks. Okay, so unless there are any comments or anything, I'm gonna pause it for a second from anybody from the audience on September events. Nope, okay. So let's move to October events. Let's start with the first one, which is October 11, which is Meet the Makers. And that's done by, oh, sorry, did I miss something?
Challenged athletes, which was still to be determined.
Oh, that's October 20th, isn't it?
Did it move?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Look at your printed copy. Look at this one.
Going off the original.
Here, okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay, yeah, the one that Leslie just gave us, it has a date of October 20th.
It's the same
October
day as the
20th.
pumpkin roll? You're doing both?
Pumpkin rolls
No,
on the
Pumpkin was
25th.
the 25th.
No,
Oh, I thought you just said the other one was the 25th.
no, it's the
No.
The
20th.
challenge athlete.
It's on
No,
Monday.
20th.
Oh, the 20th.
Okay, I'll read the list.
All right.
And then, so that we all carry the same numbers, and then we'll start with the discussion. So I have October 11, Saturday, Meet the Makers. October 20th, a Monday, Challenge Athletes. October 16th, Thursday, Farmers Market, Thursday. October 25th, Saturday, Pumpkin Roll. And October 31st, Halloween Parade. Those are the 5 events in October, okay? So let's start with, before we go here, I just want to share, because I am familiar with one event that I'm attending, which is separate from us, I know, but I just want to make sure we all know about it, which is the International Film Festival, the Carmel International Film Festival. That's October 2nd to the 5th. People can buy tickets, and it's at the Golden Bough. And I attended last year's 2nd to the 5th, yes, of October. And we had Lawrence Rourke, I think you pronounce his last name that way. He came and spoke to the city council a month ago. He talked about the event. I attended last year, and it was fantastic. So just so that we all know it, it's another event occurring in our town, okay? So let's start with the Meet the Makers.
That is a Visit Carmel event, that we have nothing to do with that. But like Ashley said, I think last month, if it's a big event that we know of, that the community, that they have come to us, and we do a lot of partnering with Visit Carmel, we put it on our schedule. And it just also gives us a reminder of what's going on. So that is that one. I just got the posters and everything. So they usually set up in the park just a small thing where people register. That's about it. That's all. We have nothing to do with that one.
Okay, perfect, that's fine. So let's look at, well, October 16th, just to jump in, it's the farmer's market, so we have nothing there. So let's do October 20th.
Yeah, sorry, I just realized these were out of date when I
That's
put the
okay,
dates.
that's okay.
Challenged Athletes is another one that we do the permit for. It's a bike tour for veterans organizations, and they ride from somewhere up above San Francisco down to Santa Barbara. And we are just a stop. They take up the Del Mar parking lot, and they serve them snacks, lunch, that kind of thing. So, and they usually used to do that on a Sunday, but they have added an extra stop somewhere along the way, so it is now on a Monday. So we just put barricades up, Public Works puts barricades up at the Del Mar parking lot, and that space is used for them. So it's just a reminder that the beach, that parking lot will be used, and that there'll be a lot of bikers in town that day.
Where's that parking lot?
Just the bottom of Ocean Avenue,
At the
by
end
the
of Ocean.
restrooms down there.
Oh, yeah.
That we call that the Del Mar parking lot.
The street is called Del Mar.
Yeah.
The middle
Yeah, yeah,
section
okay.
there, is
Yeah.
Del Mar, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's good to have it on our calendar, just so that people know about this new group coming in, whether it's just welcoming them or just being friendly to bikers, because
Yeah.
we're not necessarily a very biker-friendly town. So that'll be really cool.
And having it on a Monday is awesome, because then it's not filled with visitors on the weekend for the beach. So this is perfect. Because usually that's a one-day ride. They can do like 100 and something
Yeah.
miles in a day, because that's what my husband does, so yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the mayor, the big one, the pumpkin roll.
That's an all hands on deck one.
Yes, I heard that, yes. Okay.
This one, Judy can probably help me with this one. It's been going on, I think we're at, Ashley was saying 11, 12 years of it. It's been a while. This started as a legal way to roll pumpkins down Ocean Avenue.
The history was kids used, if you grew up in Carmel and you were a kid, that's what they did on Halloween. You know, they'd take the old pumpkins and they'd roll them down Ocean Avenue. No matter what. No matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
And so this was a legal way to let kids still do what they wanted to do and not mess up traffic and screw up people's cars and all that kind of stuff.
And then be left with pumpkin guts at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
So you roll them into a giant dumpster. So that day, we get a lot of help from Public Works. It's a lot of heavy lifting, putting up metal fencing down Ocean Avenue. The pumpkins are about Santa Rita Street. We get those from a farmer, and he delivers about 800 pumpkins in pallets. And then we set up the course in the morning. We start about 8 o'clock. Because I think the pumpkin roll, I think we're going 11 to 2 this year. Don't quote me on that. I'm sorry, I totally forgot what the time was this year. Another one of those things where we keep adjusting the time to get the most people so that they can get out and get on with their day.
Based on our meeting with Ashley, so you know,
Okay,
my
yes, we
notes
did go over
show
that.
11 to 1.
11 to 1.
That's what I have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So we get there about 8 o'clock, set up metal fencing down the road, and then we put orange netting because we have found that those pumpkins can be wayward and move, and the metal fencing would fall over or the pumpkins would go through it. And if you've ever seen the pumpkin roll, the people line up and down Ocean Avenue.
The
And
lines, you can wait for like hours.
Yeah.
To get.
and you
to
have
roll
to get the right pumpkin.
To roll your
and-
pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's
I think
crazy.
It's awesome. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you watch people drive by on Unipro and look up and be like, what is going on? So yes, that is another one. If anybody would like to come out, I will always send emails out before these events and things. But that one would be one where we could use help putting up the orange netting. We have to zip tie it to the metal fencing. And then we have hay bales to have like start lines, and then we have hay bales at the bottom to kind of direct into the dumpsters. And then it's just, everybody grabs a pumpkin and rolls. They form lines, yeah, and then at the end, if there's any pumpkins left, people can take pumpkins home.
So let me ask you, the age group rolling the pumpkins, everyone? Fantastic.
Everyone.
Fantastic.
There's no age limit. There's like parents with like their 1-year-old telling, like when you learned how to bowl, doing that. There's, everyone, top age, having a good time. And last year we had the Carmel Cheer Squad from the middle school out there cheering everybody on and helping with the line. And they had a great time, and they will be back again this year.
Leslie,
And yeah.
who starts it off? Is it the mayor, or who do you ask to kind of
We
begin the
usually
roll?
ask the mayor, and then I think one year he also, when it was Mayor Potter, he also asked the mayor of Monterey to come over.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
so they did it
Last
together.
year, yeah.
We have not gotten that far yet, so that will be going out to see who's available to come be the first one to roll.
It'd be fun if we were all behind them and
Yeah.
did a
we
roll
can-
together.
We can set that
Yes.
up, yeah.
The more the merrier.
Yeah,
That would be
fun.
really cool.
Count me in, I'll be there to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
I love
on
the
too.
pumpkin roll.
Yes, I will definitely send emails out, but yeah, that is
Perfect.
the pumpkin roll. And then after everybody is done, Green Waste comes and takes the dumpster full of pumpkins and puts it in their compost pile. And then we have to take all the orange netting off, roll it up, take the fencing down.
Gotta
You
clean
know.
up our mess. Darn it.
Full day, full
It's a
day.
full day, and Ocean Avenue is closed from Carpenter down to Unibrow that day. And then and then the cross streets, Santa Rita, Santa Fe, Torres.
So Leslie, as you know, the chamber's looking to bring back the pet parade that
Yes.
used to take place in the plaza. So we plan to do it the same day. We have our first meeting with Kristen at the plaza this week, I think. And so I was trying to figure out timing. I was trying to play off of the pumpkin roll. So I wasn't quite sure if we should do it, once the pumpkin roll is complete, if we should kind of run them. Okay, so maybe like a 2 o'clock, 2 to 5 type of thing? Okay, that's helpful. Okay.
People will go over there.
Okay, perfect.
People feel they're missing out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was trying to capture them. I know. So we're really excited to be able to do it, but, okay. Thank you for the feedback.
And then once again, we have talked to Katie, and we'll do the shared advertising. We'll put the pumpkin roll and then the pet parade on it. We did that when it was Max's.
Yeah.
We did the same thing when they used to do it they did it at the plaza, and then they did it at Forest Theater one year. So we had signs and that kind of thing.
So will the pets be going down the hill where the pumpkins were?
Oh my gosh, no. But
Okay, I thought,
do
your
have big dreams for
advertising
the
is
future,
a
but-
Dog pushing.
I don't know that we do have special dogs. Maybe we can have dogs start off the pet parade or the pumpkin roll.
And that simplifies it from a planning standpoint, and that we have 2 events at the same time? That doesn't affect any?
No.
No,
It would
it'll
be
be
after,
at 2
yeah.
o'clock, we finish the pumpkin roll at 1, and I guess everybody takes their own pumpkins, and we have, let me ask you this, dismantling, sort of speaking, and taking all the things on the sides, and how long does that take? Would it be allowed to be done by 2 o'clock when the pet parade starts? Because that's what I'm just wondering.
Oh, well,
Does
I
that-
think we'll already be set up in the plaza, and since it'll be 2 different
Yeah.
places, I think
Okay.
it'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't-
Yeah.
So there will
it
not be
isn't-
conflict, okay.
The logistics don't match up that they're where we're taking everything down. They're gonna be in the plaza.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, that's all I was wondering.
So it's really good that the businesses know, because if people come for the pumpkin, hopefully they're gonna stay and eat and
Right,
drink.
have
and then-
lunch and then
Yeah.
enjoy the, parade. That's, fingers crossed, that's our plan.
Okay, and then Halloween parade.
That's. We have not sent that one out yet. That one will be coming soon. As Judy said, things are just around the corner. That's another one where it has grown. It used to be. Well, I mean, it's changed, I should have said. It used to be, when I was growing up, it was down Ocean Avenue and went down to the beach and we got ice cream. Then, and it was always on Halloween. Then, because it's also the same, Halloween is also the same day as the city's birthday.
So it really is, I really take exception to the Halloween parade. It is the city's birthday parade that happens to fall on Halloween.
Yeah, there's.
Okay, so nomenclature, let's double check this. So our.
Our city was
point.
founded on the 31st of October.
Correct, so is it really the anniversary of the city with Halloween theme or at Halloween? Or is it really Halloween parade that happens to be on the anniversary?
Depends on who you ask.
Okay,
Well, let's say Clint Eastwood on the 100th birthday wasn't celebrating Halloween. They were celebrating Carmel. And in the past, it used to have all the commissions and the mayor, for years, and the mayors and the cars, and they were part of the parade, which kind of dwindled. Personally, I'd like to see it go back to being the city's birthday parade celebrated on Halloween with all of the community coming out and dressing up and being part of the parade like they've always been if they chose to walk behind all of the other things that were in there. But I've seen it dwindle down to not the same thing that I would like to see again, but that's just me, and I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, good thinking. Let's go around. How do we all feel about this? This is a good, so in your case, you prefer it to be the anniversary, the city anniversary with a Halloween theme on Halloween Day, which is just what occurs. Okay. So let me ask Katie and Ellen, what do you all think?
Well, I do think it's important to honor the birthday celebration of our city founding. I think that's super important, and I like the concept of, it is on Halloween. Has the parade? It's always on Halloween.
No, and
Okay.
that's what, it used to be on Saturday, the Saturday closest to Halloween, right, Leslie? And it would start over by the Sunset Center. That's where everyone would line up. That's where the cars, that's where everyone's staged. Then it would come out. It would go down Ocean, turn, make that turn. It's a hard turn for some of the big vehicles, but they always made it. Come back up and they'd end. And at the Sunset Center, there would be a picnic, well, a luncheon. And it was like either dirt cheap or free. I mean, it was like nothing.
It changed.
Yeah, but, but the cake and the ice cream were always free, but you could buy hot dogs or whatever, and then there would be music, and the community would all sit out there in the parking lot. There would be tables set up, and it was really a bigger community event, and I miss those days.
Right.
Nice, okay. Okay.
It's
So
just me.
Katie, what do you think?
Well, so I mean, like I said, I do think honoring our city's
Birthday.
birthday is important. Yeah. And I think if we had it on a Saturday, we might get more community
people-
pull because
that's what I've seen happen is, first off, if you have it on Halloween Day, kids are in school. I mean, they moved it to Halloween. I was here when they moved it. They moved it to Halloween because, it's Halloween for the kids, but kids get to have Halloween twice if you have it on Saturday.
and say all their schools have
And the
parades,
schools
yeah.
are out and they're not trying to do something with their friends, and it's a bigger event than if you just have it on Halloween Day. Now, this time Halloween Day's on a Friday, which is better, but when it's in the middle of the week, it kind of lost some of its,
Okay.
So
I think it's important that we mention in the name of the event that it is the city of Carmel's birthday on Halloween, so let's have a ghoulish day or whatever. Because I didn't know that when my first year, the first year that I was on the commission, I didn't know that we had a community activities commission car with the commissioners on it.
yes.
And I was surprised when I saw some of my fellow commissioners. I signed up First Night Monterey to be part of the parade, and we, did a big witches thing and that. So my fault, I'm sure, because I was focused on that. And ever since I've been on the commission, we've had a unit. I don't know if we will this year or not, but, so the parade is really great. And like all things in life, and events, things have downscaled. I think that the staff does a great job on putting it together. It's not as big, but it's about an hour or so long, I think.
Oh, the parade's like 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes?
Uh-huh.
Oh, if you keep,
Even in the old days, it was like 10
Yeah.
minutes.
We need to
Yeah.
go further down, I think, but that's.
and giving out candy, so it's great that
You're
it's on
not allowed to
Halloween.
throw candy from the cars, that's a
No,
no-no.
no, but
But all the mayors always did it.
yeah, it's a liability.
It is a liability.
But so, the units we always had 6 to 10 people that were, we bought so much candy.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing that it's on Halloween because so many people don't want their kids out. This year it is on Halloween, but I think it's important that we do mention in the name that it's the city's birthday.
Katie, doesn't the plaza, on Halloween Day itself, doesn't the plaza always have something? Or not?
I'll have to ask Kristen, but I do think that usually like the stores can pass out candy as kids come
they don't want
through.
kids out, but, so that always happens anyway for the kids. So
Yeah, the
they-
businesses, that's right. So is there food?
Well,
Hot dogs,
Okay, so
hamburgers?
Judy said the whole thing and then it would go back to Sunset Center. Well, the problem was the group that used to do the lunch at Sunset Center, they disbanded. So that was one thing. So then the fire department, we asked them and they used to do it, but it just logistically became too hard for them and staffing and that kind of thing. So then it was just the parade. And then we had the pandemic and we didn't have the parade and things started to slowly come back. So we decided to try it on Halloween because we figured kids could go to school in their costumes, then they come here and then they go trick-or-treating. So it was just a full day of fun. We heard that everybody missed the lunch or that kind of thing. So that was when we started. 2 years ago, we did an event in the park. So after the parade, you came back to the Devendorf Park. And the first year we did cupcakes because we couldn't do cake because that was too hard. They were gone. Rich Pepe donated the cupcakes. They were delicious, but yes, they were fast and gone. So then we did candy. And then last year, the Carmel House Lions, we asked them if they would serve hot dogs. So they served hot dogs. We went through over 200 hot dogs, just like that. And then we had a band. So it was a party atmosphere. If you weren't gonna go out trick-or-treating or anything like that, you could come back to the park and hang out. So there was a band, we had the candy, we had the hot dogs. Everybody seemed to have a good time. The park was full. Yeah, the drum units that were in the parade came back and played there, that kind of thing. So this year, the same thing. Friday, we're having a band, we're having the hot dogs, we're having the candy. So it's the same iteration as the parade of last year. And there was something else I was going to say and I forgot. But yeah, so once again, that one,
Something about
It
who's
was-
in the parade?
pardon me?
Were you going to say something about who's in the parade?
Yeah, we put out a Google form and invite anybody who wants to participate. And then we send emails galore and we ask for the boards and commissions, all of them. There's 5 boards and commissions and the council. So we send emails, we ask the board chair, we ask their staff member to do this. And it is so difficult to get them to respond, and then they're out of town, they're busy, so it
And when it's
became,
during the week, I think a lot of them work. A lot of them have jobs, so it's hard for them to do it. Where it's on a Saturday, it's much easier for people to show up.
What time does the parade scheduled to start?
4:30.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess what I'm hearing is, Ellen, you were going to say
Well, I
something
was
else?
just going to ask, when the Rotary does the hot dogs, I remember last year, is it free and do they buy the hot dogs?
They buy the hot dogs, we reimburse them.
Okay.
It's free hot dogs, it's
Yeah.
free candy, there's no cost to participate in any of our events.
Can we do more hot dogs?
We're going to do more hot dogs this year,
Not
yes.
that I'm a hot dog person.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, and I'm in agreement that I think it merits to be the birthday celebration or the anniversary of the city, or however we want to, I mean, I leave that to the marketing people that love to use different words, but it should be like celebration of our town or our village. I don't usually call it a village because for me it's a city, but, okay, so celebration with a Halloween theme on Halloween day, so we all dressed up, so we celebrate, or you can dress up to the occasion of the times. You can also dress up to the 100 years or whatever number of years so it would be kind of like dressed to the era or to Halloween. Something of that nature. I like that because it sort of celebrates who we are. You know what I mean? I like Halloween because it's for children, but for me, it's kind of, it could be attached to each other. So I totally agree that we ought to call it,
Celebrating Carmel with our Halloween parade.
yeah, or celebrating.
They're
our
celebrating
birthday
Carmel's birthday.
with a parade, with a Halloween parade, or with a dress-up parade. It doesn't need to be Halloween.
Does the parade have a theme? I mean, I guess the parade's theme is Halloween.
Correct.
I almost wonder if like the parade theme could be like dress up like Carmel 100 and whatever years ago. You know?
that's what I'm
because
thinking.
like that's still Halloween, but has like a Carmel flag.
Yeah, dress up like, for me.
But I guess you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah. as Steinbeck or whoever, or Jane Powers or whatever. You know what I mean? I am the Jane Powers of that day, and somebody else is the Austin, whatever. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying if we can, it's like when the concours elegance, that people dress up to match their cars. You know what I mean? So since people dress up to match the cars, why don't we match the era when the city first started? Yeah, so.
Suggested, because you don't want people not to be in the parade.
No, of course, yeah. Suggested, yeah. Well, this is our birthday celebration and we will twist it, but I think as we announce it, and since it hasn't totally started, the gathering of it, maybe we call it Carmel's birthday celebration on dress up.
Katie's Taste of Carmel. There's a theme, but people don't have to follow the theme. They can dress any way they want, and they do, because I've been to it, yeah, so.
Right, and there can be witches and there can be everything. There were witches at that time either. So let's think about it. Maybe we put it in our schedule as Carmel's birthday celebration on Halloween Day this time. I mean, it's Halloween Day, so it's on October 31st anyway. We're going to keep it on Friday, no matter what, so, for this year. So,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the blurb can be that Carmel-by-the-Sea was founded on Halloween. You know, so we just don't want to make more work for the staff.
No, that's the last thing. I just want to change the name.
Changing Halloween to birthday is not a big deal, so.
Right.
I do think it'll benefit us this year since it's on a Friday. Like, it sounds like a party in the park to follow the parade will be a great opportunity for community, so, yeah.
And Leslie, you need help on any particular item of talking to the Lions to increase the hot dogs, or the organization itself, or you haven't kicked it off yet, so which is great timing to change the naming. Is there anything?
All
you
of
need?
that is pretty much standard. I mean, we've got these events down because we didn't have a commission when we started planning things. So all that's done on the day. It would be helpful to have people help pass out hot dogs or pass out the candy. And again, it's the blocking of the streets. And that was one of the other things that with having the parade on a Saturday, it's hard for city staff because again, we use everyone on hands on deck to block streets, put barricades up. And so we're using the public works crew and their limited staff. And then we're grabbing people from the library or people here in City Hall. So that's another consideration with these events on Saturdays. It's limited staffing, and then we're cutting into their budgets and overtime and all that kind of thing. So that's another reason why things get changed around.
Well, this is good. I love it that it's on Friday. It's great. It's at
Yeah.
4:00, which is after work hours, you know what I mean? And what we ought to do as a team, as a commission, we should go and start asking people to participate. You know what I mean? Start talking to our friends, and maybe we get groups of friends who dress up. I know some of my friends dressed up last year, so, which I was kind of like, whoa, okay. I
You
got
haven't
it.
launched the Google registration yet.
No,
have
nothing,
not.
which is perfect timing.
Right, yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, and it gets advertised in the Friday letter. The Pine Cone always does something. If you want to participate, sign this form. Because the form basically is for people who want to have a car or, it's like a bigger group or something, just so we know when we can stage them, especially if they're in a vehicle. So we know where to stage them in the parade because we don't want a bunch of kids behind a car or in front of a car, so that's the reason for the Google form, is not to just have everybody show up and then we're like, we have a chaotic mess.
I think that totally makes sense.
Yeah, Leslie used to arrange, or Margie, I don't know which one of you did it, arrange the cars for the commissions and the council. And I think that was an important thing because the commissions aren't very often recognized. It's a job that everybody puts in the work, but they don't get any recognition. So I think, and some people don't even know that these commissions exist until they see a car drive, and they have the signs for them. They're all put up. I know they are. with the commission's name that they tie on to the cars. And people go, oh, I didn't know we had a blah, blah, blah commission. We have a community cultural commission. They don't know until they're standing there and they see a car drive by and all these people are waving at them. And then they go, oh, how do I get involved in that? I didn't know that existed. So it's kind of a recognition for the people, but it's kind of, an education for the public. So I'd like to see that come back this year.
That's
And
really
the
good.
car place gives you guys cars, you just have to.
We do that, or we know people who have cars, or if you all know people who have convertibles and would love to be in a parade, that's, again, it's a community thing. We try and get as many local people as we can with cars to come out and help us in our parade.
Heather with Monterey Touring Vehicles sits on our board of
Yes,
directors, so I'm
that's-
happy to talk to her if you.
And
whatever
that's
you
who's
need.
always loaned them.
Always,
before.
yeah, she's so
She's
fantastic.
always loaned them before.
Excellent. So I'm going to put you in
Oh,
my
yeah,
notes as an
whatever you
action.
need, Leslie, just,
Oh,
you can
perfect.
lean on us, however,
And,
yeah.
and a hint to you guys who didn't know, the Community Activities Commission always got the fire.
Laverne.
engine. Laverne. And that
Oh,
is a
really?
treat
That's a
Yes.
good
to ride
I
in
love
Laverne.
it.
Are we all going to dress up?
Yes.
Of course. That's a given. We have to set out an example. We got to tell Jeff also to make sure he dresses up too. Okay, so Leslie, in that regard, since it has not been launched and we can change the name, do you want input from this commission about how to call it? Or do you want to go with it and you share with us some possibilities of names? Or shall we just go about calling it Carmel's birthday celebration on Halloween Day or something like that, just to make it, or with a celebration in the park or something? I don't know. What are you thinking?
If you want to give me your suggestions and we can come up with them, if we just need to keep it kind of short, because advertising, you just,
Yes,
as few
yes.
words as possible. So
Yes.
that people understand
my
it's
words,
a Halloween,
yeah.
that the theme is Halloween or whatever, that they can
Right.
dress up, that it's
Right.
just not, we still want them to participate and to understand that it is a parade for them and
Right.
that. But yeah,
Okay.
if you have suggestions, just email them to me and we'll go from there.
Okay, perfect, we'll do. Everybody take a note so we can send you some thoughts. Perfect. Okay, so that takes care of October. Now, let me ask everybody, how is everyone doing on timing? Because we could go real briefly on November, or if you all feel that we can talk about those, our next meeting, what are you thinking? I'm good either way. I'm good with time, so.
I'm good until 11:15.
Okay, so we only have a few, so that's pretty good. Okay, so Veterans Day ceremony, if we can go through the November ones, let's see, are you good? Okay, perfect. So Veterans Day, what do you think?
Veterans Day is something we do along with American Legion Post 512. It's an hour-long ceremony in Devendorf Park. They do the arrangings, we do the heavy lifting. We set up the chairs, we get the flowers, that kind of thing. And we help them with the program. They get the speakers, that kind of thing, and then we ask one of our council members or the mayor to speak. But other than that, they do the program and all that, and like I said, we're the heavy lifters. And then if you want to attend, we invite everybody again to attend, and we get a good crowd. Last year, we got rained out. And so we just didn't have a backup plan, but I think this year I'm going to talk to them and see if maybe they could move this ceremony to the American Legion Hall. So we can have a backup plan, because there was a lot of people, we had some comments that they were sorry it was canceled, but the timing of it was perfect because it poured rain at the time we would have been out there. So we don't want that. So that would be the backup plan, hopefully.
Okay.
And
So-
that is held on Veterans Day.
Right.
Which
So
is
the
Monday.
setup per se, the chairs and all that, that you need help with, if we were to do it outdoors, what is the timing for that? When does that start? Because I do not
The
write that down.
ceremony is 11 to 12. And we start setting up the chairs usually around 10, just to get them all out there, because we put about 100, 150 chairs out.
At 10 a.m. 10 a.m. set up
10
chairs.
The ceremony's at 11.
Ceremony
the-
11.
The chairs is like 10. But
Okay.
again, I'll send emails with all this.
And from a logistics standpoint, if there were to say, let's say it's raining and there's a change of venue, will that decision, maybe we check with them to see when will that decision be made? Is it like the morning of the day or the day
It's
before?
like every event we have during the winter. We follow the weather the week before, 2 weeks out, and we
It never
try to
comes
wait
out.
till the last minute. But it would probably be the day before so that we could put something out that if you want to come, we
Yeah,
could
it
do a
would be good
special
to do the
Friday
day
letter
before.
or something like that, yeah.
I agree. The day before at least gives people a little time, even though, I'm sorry, I have 2 different apps for weather here, and they're always wrong. So it's like, oh, it's gonna rain today, and I look out and it's like, oh, it's raining, and then of course the sun is out. So you can never tell. But, okay, so the day before, that makes sense because that gives people time. And for those of us who can be helping you with the chairs, we can then move to the venue.
I don't even know that we would do that because it would be difficult and they
They'd be
have chairs
inside.
at the American Legion. So
Okay.
then it just becomes their event.
Okay.
And we don't do
Oh,
any heavy
okay.
lifting. Except maybe move the flowers if they have gone out that morning, but yeah.
Okay, for flowers. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's really good. And then we have another Carmel Prepares on November 8th. Right?
Yeah, and that, now that Ashley is no longer with us, that the Carmel Prepares is going completely to the police department and the CERT team.
Okay, so that's Wanda and,
Wanda, and
Okay.
yes.
okay.
So we are out of that game. That was the one I mean, I liked that. It was like you said, Maria, it was a good program and
Yeah, and this one, actually, the one in November, just for those of you who may want to attend, this one is going to be a little less focused on what you pack, which is what we focus on this particular one, but it's going to be a little bit more about highlights on CPR and support to other members of the community. If we can all attend, I think it's great because we have a lot of elderly people in our community, so it will be good to be, for me, it'll be a refresher. I took my CPR training a little while back, so for example, we talk about tourniquets this last time and how to do simple ones, and what to have in your kit. You know what I mean? So I would recommend if anybody can attend, those things it's always good to have those refresher courses. So that's what they're going to focus as well on. So that'll be really good. Okay, so then we have November 22nd, the big 7 a.m., 4 a.m. wake up day of annual home crafters, 4 a.m. wake up time. So Leslie, tell us about the wake up time.
yeah, everybody loves this. Yes. Well, this year we're celebrating the 54th annual Home Crafters. And as I said earlier, we're going to have about 70 to 80 vendors. It's gone up. We've become a popular event. And yes, we start setting up cones and that kind of thing at 4:30 in the morning in the Sunset parking lot, the north parking lot. And everything, rain or shine, yes, it was nice last year. The year before, it poured at 4 o'clock in the morning. We were wet the entire day. But then it did get sunny, as part of it. Yeah, you never know, again, what the weather's going to do. And all our vendors know it's rain or shine, and I think we've only had that one year that it poured. Out of 70-some, we had maybe 5, and they were all people who were coming from like the Fresno area. So it was just too much for them to drive, which was totally understandable. But yes, as Maria found out when we had our little meeting, everything is color-coded. So you have a blue section, a white section, a pink section, an orange section, and a green section. Then if you are a section monitor, you get a green vest, a pink vest. Then you have a clipboard with the numbers. And all the vendors are staggered for coming in. They start at 5:30 and are in by 8. They need to put all their stuff out of their vehicle, and then they need to go find a parking spot, and then they can come and set up. We did, when it was raining, let them put their tent up at least first, so that the stuff would stay dry. We have a lot of repeat vendors who have been with us for years, that they know the routine. They just come down the ramp and say, I'm green 12, because we keep them in the same booth space so that they're used to it. Plus, they've made friends, they know it. So they just go and they're like, yeah, I'm going over there. And they see us all, and we're all know the people in our little area. So that one, we would definitely need help if you're willing to get up and be in a dark parking lot at that hour to help guide people into their spaces. And then you can leave, go take a nap. And then we ask that you come back about 2:30 to help us get everyone back into the parking lot to get their stuff and out of the parking lot.
But as Ashley and Leslie sort of educated me, they also said, is the way that you can get a lot of your Christmas shopping done in one place. So you bring your coffee, you're up early, you have a chance to see everything ahead of time. So maybe you can do your early shopping and then go to bed.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty good. I mean, I love the fact that it's so organized. I mean, I've never done it. So I would say for me, count me in. I'm going to volunteer and I'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever I need to do to be there. So count me in.
It's
So-
extremely organized. They've got it down to a fine tooth. I mean, there's nothing left to
Yeah, and when
chance. It's, you
yeah,
guys
and when we
nailed
have
it.
a new vendor and they do something wrong, we all scream at them.
Oh, you don't scream.
And we're like, what? But no, we guide them through the process, and we send out, when they're gonna get their check-in and rules, we send them a step-by-step of, this is when you have to be here. If you're late, you know, we'll have to wait till we can fit you in, and this whole thing. There's specific so that it runs smooth. And then we have the Carmel Host Lions, they set up a food booth, and they do bratwurst hot dogs. They've done tri-tip in the past. And then we may have some early morning coffee. We're still working on that, because by the time the Lions are trying to set up at, you know, people want coffee like at 4:30 in the morning. We're like, sorry, we don't have that, but we try. So
We used to have a mayor that brought us stuff in the
yes,
morning.
we did, but
Hint, hint, if any mayor is listening.
Good to know.
Well, you have the coffee vendor guy,
yes, and I just
but
haven't.
he doesn't, come
Yeah,
that
I haven't
early.
spoke to him yet, but yeah, so.
And you always have the vendors who don't follow the rules. And you know who they are, and you just kind of go with it.
Yeah.
Because they're usually in the same space, and their fellow vendors, neighbors know. But most people are very respectful, because they're doing events, and I must say, you know, I do large-scale events, and this is so organized, and the team that you get from all the other departments are great, and
So
it's
can we
fun.
count on you being there as well?
Excuse me?
Can we count on you being there?
I've
this
been
year?
there for
She's
the
been
last
there
how many years
Yeah,
now? Yeah.
even when
So
we
yes.
were,
Yeah, I live a half a-
Ellen was there.
Yeah, oh,
You
yeah.
live half a block from it, right?
What's that?
You live like very
Half a
close?
block. But you know, I might be able to get coffee for you. I have the big canisters.
Ah,
Nice.
And so maybe I'll ask Starbucks in Carmel, you know, over there, if they'll donate.
Delivery.
I'm sure
we need coffee.
you would be a very popular person.
Okay, we'll see
Perfect.
about
Oh, and
that.
I'm gonna write you down as another.
Well,
volunteer.
I can't make the coffee, but I do have.
No, as a volunteer, that I count on you being there.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
they've
yeah.
already got me
She's already
down.
got me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for probably 4 years, maybe.
Nice, nice. Now, let me ask you this, because this is another topic I want to talk, but if we can't, we'll talk next time. And it came out in the Car Week issue, so I want to ask for this particular event because of the numbers. We were talking about porta potties and the fact that there's not enough bathrooms in
Oh,
the
there's
city.
porta potties at this event.
Okay, so let me ask you this. have we ever thought, because this was a discussion somebody brought up, and I thought, well, we haven't gone there, is of dressing up, so to speaking, dressing up, I call it dressing up, our porta potties, so that they don't look like ugly gray kind of looking. Have we ever even gone in that direction? It was, the discussion I heard about was porta potties and trash cans. So do we have enough of both?
Well, at
Thoughts?
this event, yes, I know we do, because
Okay.
I'm in charge of it and I get both of those things. And as
Okay.
for decorating the port, it's the last thing on our mind.
Yeah, it
Just
costs
too much.
money to do that. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
wants to decorate the porta potties and the trash cans, so it looks nice and.
Yeah.
But this, then you're taking away, you're spending money that perhaps could go in another place. And they're
And
by
I
the
understand
tree.
Car Week is a little different, but the porta potties are never within the event space. They are positioned out on the street away from the events. And so that's a completely different thing, but yeah.
So you feel good about the amount that we have and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, good to
Yes.
know. Okay. Perfect, okay, good. Thank you for easing my thought, and if I get asked, I can respond to that.
And the wonderful thing is that people, other organizations now do crafting affairs.
Oh, yes.
So you've got the Carmel Women's Club, and then you have All Saints School, and you have Wayfair.
The way fair.
And
So-
last year, the American Legion did it also. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
our advertising, we call it Craftapalooza in Carmel. Because you can park once and go to 5 different events, all at the same time.
Yes, and I did them all last year, and it was really fun to see everybody walking and buying things, and
And some of them are indoors with public bathrooms.
I was just gonna say, well, in the women's club, they have that big, like for brewing coffee, they have that big machine that they partner with Carmel Valley Roasting. Maybe if you have containers, I don't know, just maybe
Oh,
there's an
yeah.
opportunity, because I don't know what time Starbucks opens. Maybe we could just utilize their stuff.
that sounds perfect.
Maybe we can sell
Excellent.
the coffee and make some money. Not me, for us.
The city, but we'll have to have a staff there, so
Well, we'll do it.
we'll be the ones selling it.
Oh, no, this
No,
is,
'cause-
We're bringing coffee really for the vendors and the staff and the
Correct,
setup.
that's what I was thinking.
It's just, it's a
I would
thing.
think for the staff, because the vendors, that's a huge amount of people.
Oh, yeah, that's why we
You
get
can't bring
the.
coffee
no.
for
Just if there's something for the staff. that
100
Keeps them awake, so we're
people.
not
Yeah, but
like
how many are they, the vendors?
70 to 80. I haven't quite
And
determined
then
the final
they're not
number.
by themselves, they
No,
usually
they
have
have
people with
Right,
them to set
yeah.
up, so you're talking hundreds.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
Yeah.
and
But
that's why
staff,
we,
If they see we have coffee, they would come on over.
but we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
Perfect, excellent.
Are you gonna have anything at the booth then?
You set up a booth,
We have an
and-
information booth, and in
Yeah.
the past, probably, we had old posters from that we found in storage. I think we finally have gotten rid of those, and then a bunch of them got wet when it rained, but yeah. We
And
were
the
just
books,
giving,
yeah,
and the
the-
books, we have the centennial books still, so we put little things out on the table and people take that.
Maybe that's something our visitor center could help with too. I don't know if you want.
Yeah, and we put, guides to Carmel out there or anything, because a lot of people come into town, they're like, oh, we heard about this, we've come. So, yeah, it's just an information table that we just
Yeah.
are all crashed at, the staff that stays there all day, so.
So other people like the CRA and all those people, they also
No,
participate?
this is just, we've had people
ask.
ask about that, and we're like, no.
No.
I love it.
This is just vendors.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
not
it's
enough
great.
room.
No.
No, not
There's
enough room, the parking lot is
The
limited,
only
too.
group that may be there is, and we've had them the last few years, is the Friends of the Library. They sell books, and they do really well.
They're another vendor, so speaking,
Yeah,
acting
they
as a
are, yeah.
vendor,
Yeah.
yes, so that makes sense.
But yeah, that's the
good.
only like local, but yeah.
Excellent, excellent. That sounds really fun. I'm looking forward to waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be there at 4.
Oh, no, you just get out of bed and go.
Yeah, you just roll over, yeah.
Roll.
And you've got got boots.
Yes,
Yeah.
well,
Yes,
raincoats
and dress in
everything.
layers.
Yes,
Much like, it doesn't really get cold until the sun starts to
Sun
rise.
rises,
And
yeah.
then it gets just.
Just then it, yeah,
okay, well, good to know.
yeah. We
Thank
can
you.
go over dress later.
Yes, yeah. So the last item I have was the December 5th holiday celebration. How are we on that, or do we have enough data to talk about that one?
I can just tell you what it does. I have not even
haven't
gotten
gone there
there
yet.
yet. This one is, Santa arrives at 3. He sets up in his Santa's bench at the park. The last few years, we have had the Naval Postgraduate Schools, the name is escaping me, the brass band, their band, they come and play. We have a menorah lighting at 4, and then at 4:30, the events start on the main stage. And that is like the Carmel High School Choir, the middle school singers, some local singers here, a dance troupe, that kind of thing. But I have not put that information out yet to invite everybody and that kind of thing. And then we try to light the tree between 5:30 and 5:45.
Never happens.
We get close, but yeah, it's a lot of work trying to get all those people on the stage, sing their songs, and then off the stage and stay with the time. Yes. So, and then everybody goes to the plaza for their open house.
It's beautiful, it's very nicely done, and I love to see the amount of people, the community sitting around and listening and watching in a very holiday spirit, which is really nice, you know.
I think last year we rented a stage that was higher. And so we are again doing that this year. And that's so far the only change. Otherwise, everything else, we've tried to make changes to the program, but we heard things that people missed it. And so that's gone back to the way it was.
We're happy, the chamber's happy for you to lean on us, however, we can help with that one too. We'd like to play a larger role when possible.
Thank you.
And decorating the park.
Yes, decorating the park. We do that before, and then a week before, so depending on the time. And then we do put up the lights for Halloween in the park. And then we used to do some decorating in the park for Halloween, but we had some bad years where things didn't go so well with the decorations. So now maybe the day of, we zip tie skeletons to the benches and that's about it. And then the lights. And then for the holiday celebration, we do lights in the park, all around the park. And then we do have the lights that go down the medians. And we go with a company and they light the trees and they light the building, City Hall, the main library, and the Park Branch Library with lights. And they do some of the trees down the median. Oh, awesome. So we've gone full force on the white lights.
And that's subcontracted, that's somebody.
Yes, that,
and they
we
do
do
it-
the median lights, the strings of the median lights, and the ones on the fence around the park. But otherwise, a company does the rest of it.
Does Carmel Care do that for you?
Nope.
No?
Public Works?
It's
then?
Public Works and me.
Public Works.
All right.
But like last year, we put balls
Mm-hmm.
and bows, and I was meeting you at 10 and I didn't see anybody at 5:02, so I went to the shoe store, bought some shoes, I came back.
That's right.
And it was done. So this year I won't buy shoes.
So, but we're gonna put decorations on Ocean Avenue all the way.
We just put the lights, we don't
Just the
put
lights.
any of we just have some Christmas balls and
Balls,
stuff that we put
yes.
in the trees in the park, so that looks, and then because we put the median, that's right, we put the median fencing
That is
for
brilliant.
the Halloween parade, the homecoming parade, and for the holiday celebration to keep people off the medians.
And the car.
And
That
the
was
car
one of-
week,
That
yes.
was one of the best things, finally, after all these years. Brilliant.
It was hard coming to a decision on what to put there. We finally just made an executive and that would, with the netting.
I think that works, yeah.
We're hoping to host a, like a storefront contest too among businesses this year on Ocean Avenue for the holidays. So we're kind of hoping that that will, strike, like a storefront contest, decor, holiday
Decoration
theme
thing?
type
Oh,
of thing.
nice.
So,
And when will that be?
I don't know. This
Yeah.
is the beginning of just chatting about holidays. But
Nice.
hopefully that will help kind of like
Liven
create some
it up.
Month
ambiance
of
too.
Christmas or something.
Yeah, I think so.
December or
Month of
something.
December.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool. That would be really good. Keep us posted
it's
on
on the
that.
plan, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great, yeah. Okay, so I think that takes care of all the events, right, Leslie? Yes, Happy New Year, we'll be done for the year. So I think that sort of covers everything that we talked about. I mean, the only other element that which was the staff needs, I just want to make sure that we focus on two things. One, the new person coming that we know, that is, what I was informed is going to be an intern person, so I don't know what that means, so I'll have a little more information for the next meeting. And the second one is, I really appreciate, Leslie, you stepping in, helping us with all the knowledge, but if you need any help, because it's just you know what I mean? Please don't hesitate to reach out. I mean, there's a part of us, while we sit up here, we're volunteers, but we want to help with volunteering to anything that we can make it easier, and as we transition to the next leader, or whoever that is, okay? Any last words, anybody?
The only thing I have is, for future agenda items, I have the car week after action and the event after actions for September events. Is there anything else?
No, I would like to add the Carmel International Film Festival to our list so that it's known, even though it's not ours,
Okay.
just that one.
When we get the car week, do we get the TOT that has been generated? No.
I don't do anything with that, Carmel.
I mean, it's nice to know how much money, the event has generated, and then what is the TOT estimate from that?
So I sit as an advisory member on the Visit Carmel board. We have a meeting, I think it's next week, and I imagine we'll get a lot of those numbers. So maybe I can either share the report for
You
me.
can just share,
or
yeah,
whatever
sure,
it is
that
I
would be
want.
great. I'd love to read it.
Yeah, to see what, if there's a money-producing event or not. Yes.
Don't you?
Yeah, well, I would imagine. Okay, perfect. Okay.
And you talked about the car week, the historic cars coming, and that was on Thursday with the tour. And I was still with Concourse at that time. And when COVID happened, and Ken Wright was the chair of that, I was the chair of another committee. And we're all very sad, but they're not coming back to Carmel. That's what they keep saying.
Never say never.
Yeah.
And it takes
Takes money for
well,
them.
no, but it also, I've worked with Concord for many, many, many years, but they have to be, what's the word?
Incentivized?
Well, not incentivized, but courted.
Courted, okay.
And I don't think anyone courted them.
Okay,
So,
we're getting off topic.
yeah, yeah, we are, we totally are.
Yes, exactly, perfect. Okay, so can I close the meeting to order? It says adjourn our meeting. But we already talked about future agenda items. I would also ask Leslie if we can put, since we will have a new leader, maybe we can share with that new leader what we had so far of the vision mission. I mean, we'll just put them out there, just so, even though they're all in draft mode, just so that the new person comes on board and knows what we have, so that it's on the agenda. Does that make sense? Perfect.
New person should be here at our meeting.
Correct. That's what I'm hoping.
Are they doing both jobs?
I don't know.
No.
That's
I
what
believe,
we're still determining.
exactly. So they're still working on
Yeah.
those. So I'll have more information after September 16th, and then whatever I know, we can share, and we'll probably have the person on the meeting. So that would be great. Okay? Perfect? Okay. So I call the meeting to an end, adjourn the meeting. And I'm going to do my little I've been trying to figure out when can I ring it. And this is at 11:11. At 11:11, we're adjourned. Perfect.